Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the Wednesday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, humping and thumping along.
That's right. It's good to be here with everybody. Everybody's looking so good. Especially Bird, everybody in the office checking him out today. He looks so nice in this suit that he's wearing. He had a punishment yesterday, but it's obviously not a punishment because he's on day 2 of wearing a suit. Yesterday he was wearing suits when they had to swap clothes for losing Do It Bitch, and now they're going to be swapping clothes for the rest of the week.
We're both enjoying this, Kevin. We're both on a different journey right now.
You are, okay.
And we're just exploring.
What is the journey?
You both put the cock in peacock.
Yeah, the journey is that we are peacockers that want some attention, and we are attention whores. Okay. Other than that, it's just, business as usual.
Well, you are the buzz of the office. All the office ladies are like, have you seen Jaber? Have you seen Suits?
Mm-hmm. Don't sing it. Bring it.
It's nice. You look good. It's kind of your look.
Thank you. I have to go buy some more cheap suits today.
You would have been a really good sleazy attorney. I just see that. I'm like, gosh, man.
I think this might have to be for the next KVJ horror movie. This character's this has got to happen.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Denny's a little worried for me. He thinks I'm morphing into a different person.
when you put on clothes, you do kind of take on a different. It's like you want to let all these different personalities out.
Everybody in my family would always say that. I go, dude, as soon as you put something on, you become a fucking different person. It's unbearable.
Yeah, it's unbearable.
The clothes literally make the man. You're a sleazy attorney.
If you gave me another outfit, I'd fucking take that on too.
I love it because of the kind of like gold nature of that jacket. Somebody said you look like a Century 21 agent.
I love it.
Which it's right on. Yeah,
I didn't have time to go to the fancy or the good shop place you wanted me to go to. So I did go to the old, not the Old Navy, where old people go. I never can think of the name.
Goodwill,
thank you. Yes, Goodwill. You can walk out of there.
The hipsters go to Goodwill these days. Yeah,
old people, I'm sure, do go, but mostly what they have is suits that old people died in.
There's a lot of suits, and it's weird because you gotta. I don't want to really try them on there, so I just looked at I know these pants are too big. I just looked at the size. I'm like, that'll do. That'll be good. To Virginia's point, a tailoring would be nice.
Tailoring, you would be like, whoa, this is a whole new world.
Are your suits tailored to your body, Kev?
No, they're not. No, I don't go to that level. I just get something like I was telling you yesterday. I go to Express and I know what my size is.
But he's so svelte these days. Yeah. Kevin's got that male model body.
I know.
And so, yeah, a lot of that Express, H&M, Zara, all that stuff is going to look really good on the kind of body type that Kevin's rocking right now.
Okay. Yeah, you got that boy band model. You can get this motherfucker on a catwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, meow.
I'll be right there behind
you.
you.
Got that heroin body without all the fun.
Yeah, I know, right?
Y'all can't do a catwalk without the Bird. I'm there too. I love the catwalk.
No one could work it like you.
Yeah. Let me see. We got a really nice email today. I thought this was great. A big shout out to Dr. Ashley. She said, I just started listening to you guys, and I haven't actually listened to the actual radio in years, and I'm dying laughing on my way to work. I probably look like a person with schizophrenia. I love the dark, semi-inappropriate, sarcastic humor you guys all have. I'm a clinical forensic psychologist.
Oh, we could use your skills.
Unlicensed, I ethically have to say that.
Unlicensed, okay. So I'm a doctor. Unlicensed.
Unlicensed?
I'm a lawyer.
Wait a minute.
I'm a lawyer.
A clinical forensic psychologist, unlicensed. Yeah, well, could I be one too?
Yep. I think you could.
Kevin, I just knighted you. You are now a psychologist.
Sweet.
Unlicensed.
And she says, I love psychoanalyzing people. OMG, my wife and I do it all the time. We have been studying human behavior for over a decade, and Would having somebody do that with you guys on air sometime be a thing that you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. She said we worked in the California State prison system. Men's prison.
That's so cool because I'm a warden, unlicensed.
Yeah.
I think some people have said we should be locked up, so...
I like that, though.
Yeah, I'll have to reach out to Dr. Ashley and see what that would entail, but that could be interesting.
I like that. All you got to do is just write unlicensed really small at the end of your title, and
you're
boom.
Covered.
Hell yeah.
You're covered. Absolutely. Whatever you want to do.
That's awesome. I would like that bit, by the way.
Yeah.
If somebody, she wants to come in and analyze us, is that what it is?
Yeah, probably maybe something we might do on the podcast, but maybe I can reach out to her and start a conversation and see what an unlicensed analysis would look like.
I like that. What are your thoughts on people that analyze your handwriting and your palms? Anything to that shit, or you think it's a bunch of horse shit?
It could be. I don't know enough about it. I've looked a little bit at it. I've even seen the handwriting analysis. I remember when Virginia and I first started the show, you might not even have been on the show at the time, but remember we used to have a handwriting analyst that came on with us, and they would talk about tendencies and personalities that they could see in your handwriting. And the one that stood out to me was if you write out your name in cursive, whatever your signature is, a person who crosses their T's high has high self-esteem and confidence. And I remember what he was saying in all of that was that you can actually start to change your personality. But if you have low self-esteem and you want more confidence, you can just start doing things like crossing your T's higher. And I'd always paid attention to that. And it may be full malarkey. I don't know. But I know they have brought in handwriting analysts in court cases. So there must be something to it. And what it said, and I just remember whoever it was that we had talked to, probably 20 years ago now on the radio, they always would bring something fascinating and interesting and things that seemed to connect and made sense.
The person that did the handwriting analysis for me, they always used to walk around the Palm Beach Ale House. I don't know if you guys were around, but they'd be like on a Friday night, and I think they even hired the person to walk around tables.
I vaguely remember that,
and they would analyze your handwriting,
Yeah.
and I remember going, oh, this is going to be some bullshit. All right,
Yeah.
I'll do it. And the woman fucking nailed it out of the park. She goes, you suffer from major... Because I write like a serial killer on the run. My
Yeah.
shit looks like I'm all fucking
Right.
edgy. Nah.
Yeah.
She nailed it.
It was like that, too. Same thing. I like I said, 20 years ago on the radio we did it, so I don't have these specifics other than the crossing the T. That's the one that stood out to me. But I do remember the analysis for me gave it credibility, where I was like, wow, that felt like that was right on. And I felt Virginia was the same. And everybody that I'm like, okay, I knew these tendencies. This person didn't know us at all. We just had to send them our signature, and they would come on and be like, okay, here's the deal. So I do remember. So I think some of those things, the palm reading, I don't know enough about it to understand why that's the case. I was actually the other day sitting at a restaurant, and I saw a table, and there was somebody doing the card reading for two other girls. And I was like, and we thought about that. Look, I don't care enough to know my future. I don't do all those things for that reason. I'm like, look, I just want to, whatever life throws at me, I'm going to deal with it.
I dated a girl who she shouldn't even say date. We were together for a bit, and she really took the tarot card seriously. And I'm open-minded at all this stuff. I think anything weird is cool. I like to learn about it.
Yeah.
But she believed in this bullshit so much. Everything she predicted always came wrong. I'm like, no offense, but I don't know if you're that good at these tarot cards. Everything she did never.
Yeah.
It was
right.
always a terrible reading. But she put so much stock into these readings.
Yeah.
I remember one time her friend did a reading about our relationship, and they turned this one card over, and they both go, oh my gosh, there's a dagger in his back and he's climbing uphill. I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean? It's not good for our relationship. Well, no shit, because this fucking
didn't work out.
Yeah, this weird shit's happening.
So she was at least right on one thing.
Yeah.
Dagger.
I'm like, honey, it's not the cards.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
So
I think that stuff is like stupid too, because I don't want to know all the minute details of what the future is going to hold. Let it play out.
Yeah, and I'm not saying tarot card shit's not real and there's not good people doing it, because it's like anything. There's great therapists out there. There's shitty therapists. Maybe someone that knows about tarot cards is better, but She had a 0 out of 100.
0 out of 100.
Anything right?
Yeah. And the whole art form itself might have some credence, but it could also be the same way. Not all dentists are created the same.
That's
Exactly.
true.
Yes.
So you never know, but it's not something that I ever got into. I would be scared to adjust my life and my feelings based on somebody flipping cards over.
I'm always into the idea, baby, until you prove yourself wrong. It's when a psychic person's giving you a reading and they call you Jeremy during the reading. I'm like, all right, I don't really trust you as a psychic. You can't get my fucking name right?
You kind of could go for it. You could pass as a Jeremy.
I know, but you're spilling your heart out about this, and no, you got to do this, got to do that, and blah, blah, blah. And, okay, Jeremy.
Listen, Jeremy.
You lose your credibility.
Fuck this.
Yeah. It's tough to do. Got an email here that says Virginia is cheating. Last year, Virginia pushed for the rule that you get only one answer for Think Fast because Jaybird would scream out crazy answers to distract everyone and steal the point with a better answer. She did it last week and won, and then this week she did it again. Kevin asked something that melts with a letter P, and she called out pastrami. Then she called provolone and parmesan, then pleaded her case for provolone and eventually got awarded the point. She shouldn't have gotten the point because her first answer was pastrami.
I'm so glad someone brought this up.
Luckily, she didn't win, but she was given a chance since the point tied her with Denny's and Jaybird. She cries for rules, but then she breaks them when she can and gets away with it. It was DJ
me
from New Jersey.
Yeah, it was me and Suits this week, and she did it again. I'm not trying to start a fight with the witch, but she was the one that was bitching and witching about it a year ago. Whenever we did it, you changed the rule, and then she's on, Kev, I didn't know about that rule. What about this rule,
Right, and she's the one that pleaded for it.
She's the one that fucking asked for it.
And I made it. And
Insane.
Then,
Well, in my defense, let me just say, first of all, I'm an asshole.
Okay.
Second of all, I love to change the rules when it suits my agenda. And third of all, I'm not sorry.
Every time Panda leaves the room with a group full of people, everyone goes, poor son of a bitch.
Yeah. And Tracy said, did you notice that something happened to Virginia on the break? She's come back and is more obnoxious than ever. Although there are some more examples, I see the witch again insulted people who choose not to be a lush like her. I mean, coming from someone who has to put alcohol in her coffee saying she can't have dairy, has she not seen that there are non-dairy options?
Damn, they're coming for you, witch.
And please stop picking on Sweet Jaybird.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for sticking up for me. Someone needs to around these parts.
Fuck you, greasy ponytail.
I do not hate the nickname Ponytail. If you want to call me that, you leave the greasy out.
My little ponytail.
Today's the first day I put hair, like ponytail grease in it.
We know.
To slick it back, just to make it that much more sleazier.
Okay. It's good. It works. You're going to have a big old grease down the back of your sweet suit, though.
I give a fuck. I put $3 for this suit, and probably 2 people died in it.
Okay.
And if I'm not careful, there'll be 3.
Oh, damn.
How about that healthy?
No, not that healthy. Yeah, there was a story today. It jumped out. You talk about the one that just sinks in. These stories are all so much crap. Everything's going to always kill you eventually. But they said that serious breakups and solo living for many years may increase the risk of health-damaging inflammation, ill health, and death. But apparently it's only for men. The researchers in this study suggested that men tend to externalize their behavior following a partnership breakup by drinking, for example, whereas women tend to internalize having depressive symptoms. And they say this may influence inflammatory levels differently.
Damn, this article's sexist as fuck.
Yeah, so solo living for men is going to kill you faster, is apparently what they're trying to say.
Because you need us, and we don't need you.
I don't think I need anybody.
You kind of want to debate that, Jay Bird?
I don't think I need any. I like my alone time.
Well, you managed to bob and weave and avoid to the point where now it's just like, nah, it'd be stupid because now you're too smart to get married.
You're right.
But most guys get tricked into
They do.
it in their late 20s, early 30s, even late 30s. You bobbed and weaved, and now your window is closed, and you are the guy that every married friend wishes he was.
I don't think I'm off on this. I'm guessing. I don't know if it's a real stat or not. But out of all of my friends that are married, everybody in my personal life, I would say 30% of them are happy in their marriage, and 70% are either miserable or going through the motions.
Probably
Seriously,
right. Yeah, that's probably right numbers.
It kind of slapped you in the face, with reality there for a second.
And then, you got to also, too, figure out where they might be in it. I think that marriages have that, depending upon what time you do that poll. I may be like, oh, I'm miserable. And other times, like, oh, everything's great.
And I kept that in consideration because I thought about that, too. I feel like everything kind of has ups and
ebbs
downs.
and flows.
These are situations where, you know the person, it ain't going to get any better or they ain't liking it. To Virginia's point, I think sometimes people get married too soon. What the fuck do I know?
They think it's what they're supposed to do. A girl pressures them into it. Their family tells them, hey, when are you going to get married and have kids? When are you going to get married and have kids?
I was 11 days away from getting married. 11 days.
Wow.
I was in that same boat. I I had puppy dog love for this girl, Monica. I thought, this is great. Thank God that didn't happen. Fuck. Oh my gosh!
Right.
They almost got you.
I dodged a bazooka.
Yeah. They did a survey with Woman's Day magazine, and they polled people married, and 44% of married women, they say, would marry their husband again. 44%. So a majority, 56%, would not. If you were given that chance all again, you could hit a reset button. You're standing in front of it. There's going to be, hey, whatever the repercussions, you just hit reset and you go right back to that moment where you said, hey, I'm going to make this thing happen.
Sort of backs up my theory.
44% of married women, only 44 said that they would marry their husband again. 36% say they wish they hadn't made the mistake of marrying their husband, and 20% weren't so sure whether they tied the knot again. So there was some uncertainty. So it wasn't like a majority of people said they would not, just 36%. So I guess more people would marry their husband again than would not. But there's a lot of people being like, I don't know, that 20%. And again, that's probably ask me next week, and I'll probably have a different answer.
I'm really not against marriage. I think it's perfect for people. If you really find a soulmate, it's all about being able to enjoy the person's company. Do you enjoy being with them?
That's what it is.
There's no sex, or if there's no sex at all, can you still enjoy going to the movies, being weird, getting goofy with that person?
Do you
That's what
like
it's
being
about.
with them?
Yeah, that's what it's
Are
about.
you happy together or happier together than you would be if you were doing your own thing?
I think some people, everyone gets lonely and say, you're cute, let's get together. You start to get in a relationship, but you don't really know each other until it's too late.
And that fear of being lonely or fear of being alone, I think, is one of the things that people think, I got to do this.
Yep.
I got to have this partner. Everybody else is married. What's the matter with me? I gotta go down the same path. I don't want to be alone.
What was that thing you always said? You said there's certain... It was a degree that women would go to get. They weren't really there to get a degree in college.
Oh, the MRS degree.
That's what it is.
Yeah, oddly enough, I heard that. I went to the Florida-Georgia game one year, and we shared an Uber or a cab, something like that, with some Georgia sorority girls. And they were like, well, I'm just here to get my MRS degree. And I was like, what's that? Mrs., I just find a husband. And there were about 4 or 5 of them. They're all crammed into this car, and yeah, they were all like, they were pretty much in agreement. I think a majority of maybe one was like, I actually want to do my own thing. But
to me, when you're strategizing on
That's the smart girl right there.
That's such a strategy that when there's such a strategy like that, it almost takes away the love, the romance, the mystery.
A lot of times, I mean, if you've got like that culture, your mama raised you that way. Yeah. She did it that way. Her mother before her did it that way. Like,
yeah,
it's a powerful thing. It's how you grew up learning.
Mm-hmm. I have a cousin. She now lives right outside of Atlanta, and grew up in, I think it was South Carolina. And she's married, great guy, and she's a great gal, but I think that she's pretty much had that. She's a princess. She's a Southern Belle princess. She's got the accent. If you heard her, she talks like this.
She probably won some Mrs. County at one point in her life.
Yeah, and she's an author and is doing great, and her husband's fantastic. But she, I think wanted that guy. She wanted a guy that would come in and take care of everything and take care of her, and he did that. And he understood that. He knew what he was getting himself into, too. So you got to understand that. One thing I tell a lot of people, for relationships is that you've got to be willing to adapt. People who get into a marriage and are like, this is who I am, I'm never changing, you're not going to have a happy marriage. Because to me, at least in my experience, what has worked is the fact that I was willing to try to adapt to have a good marriage, to change a little bit about who I was and what I was doing, to try to find a sweet spot, to be a good husband and to have a good marriage and a good time. And if you're not willing to do that, I'd be going, I am who I am. And I would just say, look, I don't know. That's going to be tough to find two people that are going to be a wall and say, I am who I am, fuck it.
And a core belief, a mission statement of my life is to...
I am who I am, fuck it.
Well, no, I mean, but I believe everyone has that right. I would never...
Yeah,
if I had a serious girlfriend and I was serious about her and we're in a relationship, I know there are certain things that I'm going to have to adjust because that's how she is. I would never tell someone they have to change. I just wouldn't. No. I would say, that's you. I'm going to make my own adjustment and go, can I handle the way their personality is and the things that I can, agree with, I'll hang with it. And the things that I don't like, you have to ask yourself, are you able to suck that up on? But I wouldn't try to change somebody.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't.
Well, that's because you're a man.
But I don't think I don't think a man should try to change a woman. I don't think a woman should try. I don't think a woman should try to change anybody.
I've never tried to change my way because I don't think you necessarily change people. I think you can change yourself, and you then ask, "Can I live with this?"
Yeah.
And I would learn what the hot buttons are from my wife. I would learn what would piss her off and what would make her happy, and I would realize after a while, like Pavlov's dog, if I hit this button more often, she's happy, and guess what? I'm thus in turn happier. And I know if I do this kind of thing, that's going to piss her off. And so I would just learn after time, 20 years of being married, this is what works, this is what doesn't. And I love when our life is happy and we're both laughing and we're together.
I'm not saying you can't make adjustments and compromise. You know what I'm talking about, where you have to really, no, you can't play wiffle ball on Sunday with your friends because it's Sunday and I said so. What? I have one friend, he did ruin her fucking wiffle ball league because his wife did not. They spend so much time together, and all she did was read a book. They didn't even spend time. She didn't allow him to go play wiffle ball just because it was Sunday. That was her answer. That's not a wife. That's a mother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the kind of shit that's a guy, girl, whatever the equation is. No one should do that to you.
No one should ever do that. Everybody should be allowed to have fun outside of their marriage and then come back together and have fun together.
Look, I'm not a monster over here. You got to compromise with people. But I also see so many people lose their fucking testicles. My God, grow a pair.
Let me see. You got some texts that are coming in here. You can always get a hold of us through that, or you can jump into the chat room as well. Text number is 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. One text said, married 10 years, but a gay couple, abs, had to wait 20 years to marry her. I appreciate it so much, going on 30 years. I think that having to wait made us really appreciate it. I'd do it again in a minute, still have great sex and real fights.
I'm kind of confused, but it sounds like things are working out for them, and I'm happy. I'm very happy for them.
Yeah,
They had to wait a long time to get married, but it sounds like they're married now. It sounds like two girls.
Might be.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We like marriage here.
Yep.
If the two people want to do it, I say do it.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah.
Some people should be married. I've seen people, marriage looks real good on them for everyone involved.
It's not for everybody.
It's really not. And I also think it could be for a lot more people if they pick the right partner.
Right.
Yep. Got an email here from Tyler. Said, I love how Jason just recently explained the 8-second button. That'd be the dump button that we use when someone cough drops a bad word on the air.
Whoops.
Like dick.
And then he has to use the button the same week for guess who. Yeah.
You did?
You were just, we explained it about 2 days ago what the button is for, and you're like going, yeah, every now and then Virginia says something you can't say, and then today she did it.
Oh,
That's what he said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no shit.
I'm sorry.
I'll just write Virginia on the button. It will be called the Virginia button.
I forgot you couldn't say dick.
So it's weird because I have been working with Virginia less than you, and I'm over here astonished that she doesn't know the rules of radio. For you, working with her even longer, you gotta be like, what the fuck?
I have momentary lapses.
I love it. I think it's great.
Well, and I think what it is, I have heard other hosts say dick on the air when calling someone a dick, and you seem to get away with that. And a lot of the language used, they do not have set words in stone for us. The FCC makes it very complicated to know what you can and cannot say. And they will say it's community standards, which makes it, even more confusing. Luckily for us, we're in a very liberal part of America. I talk to other radio hosts that are in conservative parts, and they cannot believe some of the stuff we talk about and words that we say. And they're like, I would be fired in a heartbeat if that ever came out of our mouth. And it's stuff that I don't even think anything of.
We don't, I wouldn't say we do it so often, but when we definitely dance, I got a message from somebody that said, I'm listening to your show right now, and I cannot believe this is allowed on public airwaves.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We push the envelope of what you can and cannot say. But I think when you're talking about dick as an instrument and size and all that.
Well, you were saying I slapped him on the ass. I put my finger in his ass. You can say ass. You can't say
on.
You can't put things in.
It's weird. Yeah. They had done a bit about that one time at one of the award shows about how you can say on but not in. And then I think Virginia was said short dick man, which the dick in that refers actually to your dick.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if she would have said that
I am a dick.
If she would have said that short guy's a dick, that would have been technically okay.
It's weird. It can be like going, hey, look in there, I see a dick. And you can say it, be like, okay, but you can't say, hey, look, I see your dick. I think that's the weird nuance of what you can and cannot say. Oddly enough, that's why to me it's like, just get us on podcasting. You don't have to think about these dumbass rules.
What about your dick is funny? But I'm talking about
your dick is funny.
I'm talking about your friend.
Confused.
Your dick is funny. See how it's a gray area. Your dick is funny, Kevin.
I don't think you get in trouble because I think they'd be confused.
That's my superpower.
I think you'd be okay.
That's always my superpower.
Like my dick is crooked and it makes you laugh?
Adding in confusion, be like, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
I was trying to do a joke. I was workshopping a joke there. It didn't work.
Okay. Dano said, I want to call out Jaybird for saying a word wrong. He always calls out Virginia for saying Cheeto, burrito.
Let me guess what the word is. Is it program?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I know. People are emailing. They get annoyed by me saying program. That's why you've heard me say it that much more.
Okay.
I don't like when people tell me what to do. Program.
That's why he's not married.
Yeah.
See how it all works?
Worked out.
Yep.
I'm enjoying my life.
Yeah, I know.
You run in like they tell you to run from a gator, zigzag.
No.
You're running from marriage like it's a gator.
Lily in our chat room, she always gives me a hard time. She says, Bird, you have to put that word program on the annoying list, just like Virginia.
Yeah. It drives people crazy.
I've never noticed.
Oh, I'm just having fun with it. Now I'm doing it just to make people laugh. But there'll be someone that wants to stab me. Bird, don't fucking...
That'll be the last thing you hear. Program. What?
Stop talking about COVID. What?
Got an email here from Amanda, manager there at the Crazy Horse that we love so much on North Lake. Yeah,
I'm gonna go in there. It's so close to my house, and I've not been there since the day.
I love that place.
I do too.
And now they're a Bills bar, and they had like a old famous Bills player there this past weekend. Like, they do it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is fun. Great chicken wings, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And her suggestion, Kevin had mentioned maybe doing a number of pizza reviews for your pizza review at the end of the year, posting the top ones. Said, I love this idea. That way, as you were saying, no feelings get hurt. But I think maybe a monthly basis would be better so it doesn't get forgotten about. If Berg can hit 10 pizza joints a month, pick his top 3 to 5, and then post it, the good people could follow it and try the pizza joints throughout the year, the ones that you like and the ones that you recommend. And then at the end of the year, you do a KVJ Nation pizza party with pizzas from your #1 monthly picks.
Yeah, because I have such big ideas for this whole pizza thing. The thing I would really love to do is if I pick a pizza place, I'm already supposed to have a video done and I don't because it turned into a fucking weird thing last Saturday at the one pizza place. But I want to let people know up front, say, hey guys, I'm going to be at this pizza place this Saturday. It's not really a radio event. It's just me kind of doing my own thing. But have the good people that listen to this program come and have a pizza with me. You know, while we're filming, they can be in the video. They won't, be on the panel, but they can be a part of the process. Just bringing people together. Power of pizza.
And quick note, too, managed to let everybody know, see you on St. Patrick's Day. That's where we're going to be, is at Crazy Horse again. So if you missed the last round, we're going to be there for another fun round on what is a big old drinking holiday. So where better to spend it than Crazy Horse? And
I believe, because Virginia had mentioned it, I think they're going to put out some tents and make it bigger so it's not... There's more people out there.
I really hope that they've got the ball rolling on that and have the permits, because all that does require special permitting that you have to do way in advance.
Y'all, we have to get tents.
We have to have...
We can't do that event unless there's tents out. Guys, St. Patty's Day?
It's going to be a madhouse. There's going to be too many people. Crazy Horse is not big enough. So please tell me we're taking over that parking lot.
I just don't see how you're going to do it.
Engineer Keith is a little confused because he said on his calendar for March 17th, he has it written down as Do You Want to Die Day.
That's right. That was St. Patty's Day.
That was St. Patty's Day.
Good memory, Engineer Keith. I love it.
Yeah, so she's just a little confused.
Look, I'm glad you're okay from that moment. It was fucking entertaining.
I was going through a lot. I just had a very close friend die.
Well, that
very
part,
young.
That part wasn't cool.
And I was not dealing with her death very well.
Well, it was one of those things. I know we've talked about this moment a lot, but every time we bring it up, there's always new details that come out.
Yeah.
And the further we get from it, the more comfortable I am talking about it, because they are people that live here. Her family listens, and
oh yeah,
I always want to be respectful, especially when a young mother dies.
We don't even have to bring any of that up.
But that's why I was so fucking out of my mind, because she was younger than me and she had way more kids than me.
That's a terrible story.
And I couldn't cope with it.
My next question is, why were you crazy at other events? Years before, years after? Just, okay.
The level.
No, the thing about with Virginia, I don't know, because I think you were too busy talking to somebody, Kev. Me and Denny's were watching. She was acting odd for about 30 minutes, just saying random shit. Me and Denny's would look at each other going, that was fucking weird, right? And we were, keep in mind, I was hammered. So
I was standing next to a friend of mine that doesn't, really listen to the show. I'm friends with him outside all the KVJ nonsense. And so he's not really seen what we do. And so he was just staying there and he saw Virginia. He's like going, so that's your crew? I said, yep, that's my team. He's like, interesting.
Well, you were saying shit, and it got to a point where there was one comment that went too far. And we're like, what the all right, we got to make a plan. So Denny's got a plan together, and then all of a sudden, floodgates open. You ready to die? In the middle of a fucking pool game. They're playing pool. Lady, you're in my way? You put your hands on the pool table. You ready to die?
Yeah. It was aggressive.
It was an intense game of pool. And then Denny's, we shut you out like you were James Brown. We put a cloak on you,
Thank you,
fucking robe. And
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Right out the door.
I needed that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank God that did happen. It was really starting to get weird.
There's always something entertaining to see. That's why you don't want to miss Do You Want to Die Day coming up on March 17th.
St. Patty's Day is a tricky one. The first 2 hours is always great. Gets a little bit weirder the third hour. If you're out past 4 hours.
Off the rails.
I don't know if it's a good thing.
Yeah, no. It's probably a bad idea. So there you go.
But Crazy Horse has seen this. They've seen this movie. Mm-hmm. They want a part 2. They are requesting a sequel.
That's why. That's the kind of people you want to get into business with. People who understand your act. They understand our act.
Yeah. They know what they are getting, and they want some more.
Like that one endorsement, they never heard the show. I was endorsing them. I forget what it was, back at Wild, and they heard the show after I did the endorsement. Yeah, we don't like your show. He's not doing the endorsements.
It's not for everybody.
You gotta get in a right relationship.
It's not for everybody.
We love you, Crazy Horse.
Takes a certain type. put up with this crew.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Thank you to our vodka sponsor. Yeah, just what we need. More booze.
You see a pattern here by any chance?
I do.
A little bit of a theme, maybe?
It's delicious. It's citrus-infused vodka, and you're going to love it. Atoll Vodka, A-T-O-L-L Vodka. You can buy it now at mashandgrape.com.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.